Between July and August 2026, retail sugar prices in India jumped 20%, hitting 55 rupees and 70 paise per kilo. That sudden spike is hitting wallets at the worst possible moment, right as families prepare for the autumn festive season. In the wholesale markets, the numbers look even more severe. Spot prices in the Kolhapur trading hub accelerated by 30% in just 30 days. The panic stems from a rapidly shrinking safety net. This bar chart tracks India's buffer sugar stocks over the past 5 years, showing a steady decline that is projected to hit a dangerous low of 43 lakh metric tons by September. Consumers are looking for something to blame, and a specific government policy is drawing heavy fire: the push toward blending 20% ethanol into petrol. It raises a classic food versus fuel dilemma. Are we emptying our kitchen shelves just to keep our cars running on greener energy? This comparative chart tracks the actual share of sugar diverted for ethanol. The percentage dropped from 12% in the 2022-2023 season down to 9% for 2025-2026. Maize supported the missing ethanol volume, now accounting for nearly 3/4 of the country's total ethanol feedstock. To understand ethanol's real role, you have to look at the sugar industry's historical structural flaw. For years, surplus production would crash prices, trapping mill funds and delaying payments to farmers for months. The ethanol program gave mills a guaranteed buyer for that excess supply. Because of that reliable cash flow, mills have already paid out 97% of all farmer dues for the current season. This newfound financial health also means the industry hasn't needed massive government bailouts. In fact, no major sugar subsidies have been announced since the 2021-2022 cycle. Diverting sugar to fuel stabilized the entire agricultural supply chain, providing the liquidity needed to keep farmers in business and mills solvent. The shortage actually grew out of erratic weather. Heavy flooding and persistent waterlogging simply drowned agricultural yields this year. These weather anomalies hit India's most critical sugarcane growing states the hardest, specifically ravaging crops across Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. The stocks that survived the flooding were immediately threatened by severe outbreaks of red rot and top borer disease. Combine the floods and the disease, and the math gets grim. Initial estimates projected 343 lakh metric tons of sugar this season. Actual output is coming in at barely 306. This domestic shortfall is colliding with international pressure. This map illustrates a projected global sugar deficit of 33 lakh metric tons, a squeeze that drove international prices up by 16% in just 2 months. Sensing the squeeze, local dealers and bulk buyers started hoarding whatever stock they could find, creating a self-fulfilling market panic. The price spike grew out of a collision between localized crop failure, global supply deficits, and speculative market panic. To break the bottleneck, the government triggered a rare emergency measure. For the first time in 10 years, they authorized the duty-free import of 10 lakh tons of raw sugar. They followed up by imposing strict mandatory caps on how much inventory dealers are legally allowed to hold, forcing hoarded sugar back into the open market. According to official estimates, these interventions ensure that current domestic stocks will easily meet consumer demand until the new sugarcane crushing season begins in October. Looking past the immediate crisis, the cabinet recently approved a higher fair and remunerative price of 355 rupees per quintal, ensuring farmers can absorb future climate shocks. By guaranteeing farmer income on one side and maintaining a profitable bioenergy market on the other, India is attempting to turn a historically volatile crop into a reliable foundation of both food and energy security.